Hey there folks, this is Jordan coming at you from followjordan.com, and I have something special for you today. You know, in the last video I went into the street and bought all the stuff I needed for a Spanish tortilla, and I have been bombarded with angry emails that I didn't go back into the kitchen and actually show you how to make the tortilla. So I gotta admit that the last tape got screwed up. I was gonna do that and I just couldn't, something with the film and the batteries and all that stuff. But so I'm gonna make a Spanish tortilla right here for you today. I'm at my buddy Manuel's house and his roommates are letting me crash here for a few days. So I wanted to make a really nice dinner for them, and that includes a Spanish tortilla. So lucky for you, you get to check it out. First thing we need to do here is we need to peel all the potatoes. So I'm using 3 potatoes today, so I'm just gonna peel them all here. And I'm doing it old school here, which is a knife because I don't see a peeler laying around. So you just peel all the potatoes just like you normally would, wash them off, and start to slice them. We're gonna fry these potatoes eventually in a way that we don't want them to crisp and we don't want them to get so soggy. So kind of somewhere between thick and fat is where we wanna slice them up. Sometimes I cut the potato in half before I slice it. Sometimes I don't. In this case, I'm going to cut them in half afterwards. So we get all the potatoes cut up, put them on a plate, and we can just put that aside for a second because now we're going to cut the onions. I cut it right in half first, and then just real thin slices here. Again, we're going to be frying these things. We don't want them to get too soggy. We don't want them to crisp. So somewhere between thin and thick. Cut the onions in half again. You know, what size you cut the onions is up to you. It depends on how much you like onions and the amount of onions. Onions is also optional, by the way. So now we're just going to put some oil in this frying pan here. And we're just going to put our potatoes and onions in this awesome Spanish olive oil, and we're going to let it sit there. We're going to toss it up a little bit, and while the potatoes are cooking, we are going to crack open some eggs here. Now the ratio of eggs is up to you. The more eggs you use, the eggier it's going to be, obviously. My buddy Manuel tells me 1 egg per person. Today I'm going to be using 5 eggs for 4 people because I like it a little bit eggier, and this is my style tortilla. So you just beat them up here, beat the eggs up like you're making some scrambled eggs, beat them up real nice. I like to take the potatoes and onions, these are the fried potatoes and onions when they're done, out of the oil and put them on a separate plate so it's all done for me. And I'm not getting a ton of oil into the egg mixture because we're going to put our potatoes and onions in the eggs here and just beat it around real good so it's mixed up. And that's it. That's pretty much all of our ingredients here. I'm going to take a little bit of extra olive oil, I didn't use all the potatoes and onions as you can see, and put it on the pan. And take a paper towel and just kind of spread it around because this is where we're going to dump everything and we don't want it to stick. Now my friend Manuel told me that this pan sucks, so I see how much oil's here, and I'm going to put a little bit more, just a little bit more, and I'm going to pat it around again. And when that's done, you just put all the ingredients in there. The eggs, the potatoes, the onions. In this case, you can put jamon in there, chorizo, whatever you want, or just eggs and potatoes. And flatten it out here because this is your one chance to get the ratio of egg and potatoes kind of symmetrical throughout the, symmetrical, I don't know if that is, even throughout the entire thing. So now after it's been cooking for a few minutes here, I want to come in here with this little spoon and start trying to get some space between the edge and the pan here because Manuel, reminded me or told me, warned me that the pan was kind of crappy. So I come in here and it looks like it's almost done here. I've sometimes been going through. This isn't how normally I wouldn't stop right now because it's just not cooked enough, but because I'm kind of scared about it sticking to the pan, I'm really just going to go early here. And this is the big thing here. You take a plate that has a bigger diameter than the diameter of the pan, you put it on top, and then you flip it, and you just kind of, there you go. See, that's what it looks like now. And that's a little undercooked. I would have cooked it a little bit more, but you just slide it on there, and we'll cook it a little bit more on this side now because the hard part is now over. If it was going to stick, it was going to stick on the first side, and it did a little bit. You can't really see it in this video so much, but I'm just flattening it out here. Put a little salt on the outside. I don't put it inside because it just gets lost. You don't taste it. I like to put it on the outside and just kind of flip it around there. And that's the final product after you take it off. So now there's Manuel making a guest appearance. That's Manuel's butt there. But that's the final thing. And here's the group eating dinner. That's Ismael on the left, Anna up top, and Manuel on the right. And the tortilla right in the center there. So it was an awesome meal. Everybody loved it. And hope you enjoyed this video. That is how you make a Spanish tortilla in a nutshell.